It's Friday, January 27, 2023. I'm Todd Dunn, and today I'm headed into the big city, Ellsworth, Maine, to buy some materials for a little bit of construction that I need to do. And while we're driving in, I'm going to explain that construction, the reason for it, and a little bit about where the channel is going to go over the next couple of months. So let's get going. Okay, well, we're underway now and still in Bass Harbor. As I said, this trip is to Ellsworth is to acquire some building materials, lumber specifically, for a couple of projects that I need to do within the next month. And it is also going to be a grocery shopping trip, just because I'm going to be at the grocery store basically, so I can stop in there easily and stock up on a few things. So what kind of building projects am I going to get involved in? Well, I have two projects. I'm going to build a plinth that's about 2 inches high to put my recliner chair on, to make it easier to get in and out of it. And I'm also going to build supports to raise the level of the bed. Currently, I have this very low IKEA bed that's only about 14 inches off the floor, and it's pretty hard to get out of. So I'm going to raise it 5.5 inches to get it up to around 19 and a little bit inches off the floor. Now, why am I doing these things? I mean, I've had this bed since 1988. So, you know, I've been living with it for a long time, more than 30 years. And the chair, I've had a recliner, not this one, but a similar one also since about 88. So 35 years, and I managed. Well, the reason is that on February 28th, I am scheduled to go in for a complete knee replacement on my right knee. People who have been following my channel may occasionally have heard me gripe about my bummed knee. And back just before Christmas, I finally went to my local doctor and said, I think my knee needs to be evaluated. So they sent me for x-rays and made an appointment with an orthopedic surgeon. And I went to the orthopedic surgeon a couple weeks ago, and he took a look at the x-rays and didn't even let me describe what my problem was. He said all he needed to do was look at the x-ray to see, because when he took a look at the x-ray, there's no cartilage between the shin bone and the thigh bone. So my knee joint is, on my right knee, is bone on bone, which explains why it has been a little bit on the painful side, and also has felt pretty unstable because, you know, everything is sized for a 1/4 inch or so gap in there, and there's 0 gap. So all the tendons and everything are not quite the right length for my knee, which leaves the knee pretty sloppy, and there's a lot of side-to-side movement, as well as the grinding of bones. So surgeon basically said that my x-rays were kind of what you would expect of a poster child for total knee replacement. And they were able to schedule me fairly quickly, and I'm set for February 28th, as long as I don't fail one of the tests that are coming up. In about 10 days, I get to go in for an electrocardiogram to see if my heart is up to surgery. I don't think that's going to be a problem, but who knows. And then they're going to do some blood work just to see if things are okay for surgery. I think mostly they're going to be looking at my platelet count to make sure that things are all right. They have other blood work that was fairly recent that showed that I'm right down the middle of all of the ranges. So they'll just look at my platelet count and see where it is, because low platelets mean that I'm a bleeding risk, and I imagine they have a minimum that they want my platelet count to be above before they're going to cut me open. So once I get through those tests, they'll confirm that I'm on the list for surgery. They'll give me a time, and I will go in on the 28th, and they will modify my right knee a little bit. And when I come home, I'm not going to be very mobile for several weeks. I'll be able to move around, some, probably after about 2 to 3 weeks. But it's probably going to be about 12 weeks before I'm going to feel up to doing a lot of things. And a couple things in the short term, I'm probably going to spend a fair amount of time sitting on my recliner, and raising it a couple inches will make it much easier to get out of. And the same will be true of the bed. Right now, the bed is a bit of a challenge for me to get out of as it is. And raising it about 5.5 inches will make it much easier. So that's why I'm going to be building these supports to put under my chair and under the bed. And while I'm in there, I'm also going to look around for a few other things to make sure everything is good to go. I might buy myself a walker and some other things like that. We'll see. So that's where I am right now, and that's the reason for this trip. So what's this going to mean about my channel? Well, right now, because of my knee, the reason I went in to have it evaluated in December is that any walk longer than 100 yards or so hurt rather a lot. And I paid for it for the next couple of days. So I have not been doing my normal winter walking, simply because of my knee. And I'm hoping that the surgery is going to reverse that situation. So that's one of the reasons I haven't been making as many videos as I had previously. That basically my knee won't let me walk around. And the other thing that's going to change is that after I have the surgery, my mobility is going to be dramatically limited, as I said, for the first 3 to 4 weeks anyway. I think that I'm restricted from driving for 4 weeks because, among other things, I'm likely to be on some rather nasty painkillers. Everything I've read says that knee surgery, while the surgery itself doesn't hurt, the recovery involves significant pain, and painkillers are pretty common for most people. Now, I don't know exactly what I'll use. I do have a relatively high pain tolerance, but I have no idea what level of pain to expect. So I may be on some drugs that basically have no driving written on their labels. So we'll find out. And also, apparently for the first few weeks after knee surgery, your reaction time and your ability to move your foot off of the accelerator or from the accelerator to the brake pedal in an automatic car is greatly restricted, and consequently they don't want you to drive. So for the first month, I'm probably not going to be driving anywhere. I'm going to have to rely on my wife to do things like take me to physical therapy and that sort of thing. So And also for the first couple of weeks, I think that my mobility, even just around the house, is going to be an issue. Now, our house is 3 stories high. The main living area is on the 2nd floor, and the bedroom, unfortunately, is on the 3rd floor, and it is up a spiral staircase. So I have a feeling that I won't be going upstairs to that bedroom for a week or so, maybe even longer, and that I will be sleeping in my recliner for the first 5-6 nights at least. And after that, well, I'll be hopefully be able to navigate the spiral staircase and walk around enough that I can use the actual bed. At which point it will be nice to have it a little bit higher so I can get in and out of it more easily. So that's kind of, that. And so what do I intend to do with the channel? Well, I'm going to make a series of videos on my knee surgery and my recovery from knee surgery. And those are probably going to last, 3 months with fairly frequent videos, and then less frequent videos as my recovery continues. Various surgeons I've read say that full recovery can take 18 months. So we'll find out. I don't know. Each person is individual, they say, so we'll find out what the timeline is for me. And it's going to be an interesting March at the very least. So you can look forward to some videos about the surgery itself. I'll probably take my phone with me, and we'll probably shoot a little video immediately before the surgery. And then after I am out of surgery, as soon as I can get my phone back, I'll shoot some video with my phone, or maybe even my GoPro, of the first day or two. I expect to be in the hospital for at least one night, unless something goes wrong, in which case I'll be there longer. So that's that, and then I'm going to do frequent videos, maybe even daily videos, about my recovery. What's going on with it, how much pain am I in, how am I dealing with it, what's my mobility like, how is the range of motion of my knee recovering, because apparently that's one of the big issues with knee surgery, is that your knee won't be able to bend the normal range, and apparently it takes some effort to get your knee to go completely straight, and ultimately we'd like to be able to bend it to at least 120 degrees. So we'll see what happens, and you can follow the surgery on my channel. And then we're also probably going to have to delay launching the boat by a little bit. And for the first time since we bought the boat, I am probably not going to be playing a very active role in stepping the masts, because I think if we wait until June 1st, that's going to be about 12 and a half weeks post-surgery. From what I've read, I'm probably not going to want to kneel on the surgical knee, and stepping the mast does involve kneeling to attach the shrouds to the chain plates. So there's a good chance that I'm going to have to let the boatyard do the work. And I don't even know if I'll be able to climb up the ladder onto the boat. So, that's going to be an issue that is readily solved with the application of money to hire an extra person or pay for a little more time to get things done to compensate for the time that I usually spend. I will, however, be aboard the boat to move it from the launch point over to the marina, and but then, you know, putting the sails on and everything may get delayed a little bit. It's all going to depend on my knee and how recovered I am. So we may have our first few boating videos simply be night on the boat at the marina until I feel up to putting the sails on and taking the boat out. And certainly the first few outings are not going to be in high winds. I'm going to, you know, go out on those 5 to 10 knot days and take it very easy on my new knee. So that's what we've got to look forward to. By the way, we are currently in Somesville. We drove through Southwest Harbor a little bit. The route from my house to Ellsworth is through Bass Harbor to Route 102. Then I hang a right on 102 and go through Southwest Harbor and Somesville, and then through the center of the island, past Town Hill, up to the northern end of the island, where I go across the causeway to the mainland and then head into town. So, and it's about a 35 to 40 minute drive depending on traffic and whether or not I make the stoplights, the first of which is coming up in a couple of 100 yards. So that's kind of where we are, and I apologize to people who are hoping to see lots of you know, boat-oriented videos, or Mount Desert Island and Acadia. Oop, turkey crossing. Acadia National Park oriented videos, but they're just not going to happen for the next few months. I've got a lot of stuff I need to do around the house before the surgery, and then I'm pretty much going to be limited, certainly for the first 4 weeks or so following the surgery. And about the only time I leave the house will probably be to go to physical therapy, which, you know, if I can, I'll make videos about. So that's where I am right now, and that's what we can look forward to. And hopefully by July or so, 16 weeks, 17 weeks after the surgery, I'll be pretty significantly recovered and we'll be able to get some sailing in and maybe go on some longer trips. I expect the first few outings are going to be pretty short because I do not want to overdo it and really tire out my new knee. So, fun and games. It's the downside of getting older and basically having your body wear out. So that's what's up right now, and we'll continue on into the big city here, and I'll leave the camera on, but I'll speed it up and I'll shut up so you can just see the drive. I may come back every now and then and tell you what you're looking at, or I may just put a caption on. Okay, I'm going to close my mouth and we can speed things up. Okay, we're in the beginning of the major commercial area of Ellsworth. We are still on Route 3, and we're going to go up here a little bit. We're going to pass some of the principal commercial parts of the town. There are basically three areas. Up here, there are quite a few shops, and we're going to descend down past the sort of big box stores, two of them. There's a Walmart, and as you can see, there is obviously a Home Depot here. Car dealer off to the right, left. The road's a little bumpy, so we will descend here and intersect Route 1, which is the coastal highway. It goes all the way up the coast of Maine. And we're going to turn left when we get to Route 1 and drive into a bit more of commercial Ellsworth. There's quite a few businesses along Route 1. So this is the intersection. Go right to go to Walmart, go left to go to Home Depot. And I will continue this video until I get to the supermarket and then call it quits there. So I hope you enjoyed the drive to Ellsworth from Mount Desert Island here on 27th of January 2023. Home Depot looks a little bit busy today. Through the High Street area of Ellsworth, where we will see the main commercial area. There is one other commercial area here in Ellsworth, and that is Main Street, or the old downtown. But we're not going to go there today. We haven't got too much farther to go before we get to my destination, the supermarket. I'm going to buy my wood after I go to the supermarket, because I didn't really want to park in the supermarket parking lot with a bunch of lumber in the back of the truck. So we'll just go up here a little and hang a left at this next light, which is the turn into the Hannaford supermarket parking lot. So I'm going to end the video here. Hope you enjoyed this little drive. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you feel like it, you could even subscribe to my channel. Particularly if you're interested in seeing what the recovery from a total knee replacement is like. So with that, I'll say thanks for watching.